Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. I hope you caught that fight tonight. It was awesome. Go back and definitely check it out. I thank Rob for his help, and it was much needed, and it was a good time. And hopefully, maybe one day I can do the same favor for you sometime. But that's not why I'm here for my second broadcast tonight, which is really odd. But I am going to do a first, and before I get to this, my content, as always, is meant for adults only. It's not to be kid friendly or family friendly in any means, and that's because I never know. I might not have guests. The last three episodes, I have had guests, and I just don't know what they will say or whatever. But I'm here today for a commercial for my next, and it's Martin Luther King Day. For Martin Luther King Day, I'm going to play a special Negro League baseball game. And I'm not sure which team I'm going to use. I've used the 42 Monarchs. And I've also used, let's see what else we got here. I've used the Cleveland Buckeyes. So we've got tons of team to choose from. I think I will, for my list of teams, I think I will use we'll use the 1943 Birmingham Barons, and let's see here. I guess we'll do this in honor of one of my favorite friends. We'll put him against the St. Louis Stars, and that's for JD Jester. You know, he's a big St. Louis fan, so we'll see how the Birmingham Barons and the St. Louis Stars do against each other. Now, let's determine who will be the home team. I'm gonna pull this down here, and we'll let and this is the Birmingham Barons, Black Barons, and the St. Louis Stars, and we'll let Jester St. Louis Stars roll for this. 1 to 10, and they'll be the visiting team, and 11 to 20, and they'll be the home team. And that is a 12. So the St. Louis Stars will be the home team on Monday, and the Birmingham Black Barons will be the visiting team. And the Birmingham Barons, they're the closest. I have a friend that lives in Dothan, Alabama, so this is kind of in honor of him. And that's the closest kind of got for him. So this is Doc. This is for you. And let's just open this up and see which pictures we got available. Let's see. Okay, let's see. C, B, B. Looks like we'll have Lefty McGinnis. As you see, he is grade B with a Z notation. So we'll have Lefty McGinnis for the Black Sox, the Birmingham Barons. For the Stars, let's see who we got here. Okay, so we are going to have Theodore Trent versus Lefty McGinnis, and Trent will be St. Louis's pitcher. So there you have it. My game on Monday will be Birmingham Barons versus the St. Louis Stars. And lately, I've been liking the Negro League matchups because I thought, in the first matchup, the Monarchs would just obliterate their opponent, and that was not the case. Same with, I didn't really know about the Pittsburgh Crawfords and the Indianapolis ABCs, but being as the same pitcher pitched for both games, I kind of was leaning towards Pittsburgh probably winning that game, but that's not the case. So I don't know what holds in store for Lefty McGinnis and Theodore Trent here in our next Negro League matchup, but we'll see about that on Monday. I'm shooting for or aiming for probably a 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock starting time for that. And you may be asking, well, when are you going to get back to APA baseball and that? And that'll be probably maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And what I plan on doing, I kind of have my first project, and I really want your help on this one. So email me at my email address and tell me which two teams from the 2018 season that you would like to see play each other. And if you like this, subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you're aware of when I come in contact. So, give me a email. Tell me which two teams from the 2018 season that you would like to see play each other. What I plan on doing is a 10-game season, or not season, but a 10 games with the same lineups in each game. The only difference may be that I'm going to rotate who's home and who's away, but the teams and the team lineups will be the same. So basically, if we were using the teams we got here, Lefty McGinnis would be the pitcher for all 10 games for the Barons, and Theodore Trent would be the pitcher for all 10 games of the for the St. Louis Stars. But I'm not gonna use the Negro League in that. I'm going to use the Major League Baseball, and I want to see does the home team win, or does the visiting team win, or you know, are you going to get the same score each time, or what? I just want to see kind of what happens pitching the same, using the same lineups for 10 games to see exactly what happens. And that's going to be my next. And you will see when I type in like the episode where this is Pavilion number 19, I will have like the two major league teams I'm using, and then like game 1, and then game 2 and 3 until we get to the 10th game in that. And so looking forward to that. And this is going to be an interesting weekend for me because I have a 5-day weekend. I'm off Monday for Martin Luther King Day. I've got a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. And because of my doctor's appointment and it's dealing with my eye, I will be off Wednesday as well. And so that'll give me a little time to play a few games of baseball and that, and I might throw in a couple of Glory Day boxing matches. And I won't use the middleweights or the heavyweights. I'll just use lightweights for that, and they will be still 12 rounds, but I won't use the middleweights or the heavyweights. So I won't use Eddie McGordy or Rocky Graciano or Ezra Charles and Muhammad Ali, but I'll use a couple of the fighters from the lightweight set and go from there on it. And that's pretty much all I have. It's just a commercial. This is just a commercial for Martin Luther King Day. We're having the Birmingham Black Barons and the St. Louis Stars. Lefty McGinnis versus Theodore Trent. And let me know which two teams. Let me know which two teams from the 2018 season you'd like to see for my 10-game experiment. And my email is spiritpraise64@gmail.com. And I hope all your rolls are 1s or 66s, or in the case of Glory Days Boxing, I hope all your matches are TKOs. And go and check out my last episode, the very first Friday Night Fights. I think you really enjoy it. I thought I did better than I thought I would. And it'll take some time, but I'm hoping eventually that I'll maybe get to at least 2 fights. I think more than that, and you're looking too much, because just that one match was about an hour and 10 minutes for me. So, and my middleweight and heavyweights are going to be 15 minutes. I mean, 15, not minutes, but 15 rounds. So you're talking what, 3 extra rounds. So, and an hour. It was an hour and 10 minutes for just 6 rounds. So that could have basically, if you doubled it, that could have easily been a 2-hour game. So you're talking at the rate I was going, it could have been for a 15 round, it could be 2 to 2.5 hours. I don't know. But we'll see. I've also heard, and if that becomes the case, I heard that YouTube tends to, if your video gets to about 2 hours in length, they tend to boot you off, which would mean that I might, if I got to those last 2 or 3 rounds of a fight, I might have to come up with a second video and and basically say part 2 of episode blah blah blah, and finish the fight that way. But have a good night, guys. I will see you on Monday, and take care, guys.